What's up? Good morning, everybody. It's Rob from Bullies. Yeah, winter's here. It's 32 degrees. I'm feeling it, even though I'm still wearing flip-flops. I didn't want to put on socks and shoes yet. I still got a shower for the day. Got the dogs out, taking them in and out, feeding them, watering them, getting the day going with them, cleaning up pee and poo. Yeah, normal routine. From there, just wanted to touch base on, saying pups are gonna possibly be here Thursday. Got about 5 more days. Thursday night, possibly even Friday, depending on where her numbers are on the PG test machine, and possibly could be Friday or Saturday. Sunday, I think, is kind of pushing it because we're doing the reverse PG test on day 59, see where she's at, and then day 60 would be Friday. And normally within that range, it would either possibly, be 61, which would be Saturday. It really all depends. Each dog's different. So there's times we ran it and we waited, I think, a day, possibly 2, and then we were scheduled for the next. I think he did it like 3 days out, and she started going into labor, kind of panting a little bit, and coming to me and letting me know. And I took her temp, and sure enough, yeah, it was go time. There was another time, actually, believe it or not, I took a temp when she wasn't really showing signs, but a little bit of panting and heavy breathing. And came up to me like 1 or 2 times, and I knew then it was getting close. I took her temp dropped, but then went back up. And when that happened, I called my vet that does the C-sections. I called him, I talked to him, and he said, well, you want to, make it up here? I said, no, because it went back up, so let me stand by. I don't want to do it too soon. And then it went back up to 100 and 100, 101, fluctuating, but it didn't drop down to 97, but it was at 98 at one point, and then went back up. So you might have a day or 2 of that fluctuating up and down, up and down, up and down. What I like to do is I like to wait until it is 97, and it's full blown. You could tell labor signs are happening. That's me. I like to do it right at that labor stage to develop the pups. I don't want to do it too soon, too early, and then of course, you don't want to wait too late neither. So you kind of got to hit it right on the dot, and that comes with experience and know what signs and how to read your dog and how to read the temperatures and all that stuff. And stay with it fluently. But yeah, from there we're going to be dropping pups. I'm getting off the subject. I'm going too deep. I wanted to talk about supplies on having a new litter coming. What I think here at Bullies is a must-have on hand, and what I feel is important, and what I use and what I like to have also just in case on to have it on hand. So I'm gonna make incubator is, to me, a must, because to me that's what I take my puppies home in after a C-section. That's how I get them in, and it comes with heat lamps, and I got a car charge port that I can plug it in, and I know they're good. They're nice and toasty, and Mama's by, she's looking in, and she could see her pups, and everything's cool. So buying a fancy incubator, if you don't have the money, I don't think it's a must on trying to be able to buy a fancy one that's more expensive. I think one that you can spend $250, $175 will get you by until you can finally and be able to afford a fancy one. But having a fancy one right off the bat and on hand, if you don't have it inside a budget, it's not a must to get a fancy one. So that you can buy a fancy one later down the road. From there, what a must is on me is, basically bedding, blankets, the puppy pads that absorb, pee and poo and washable. That's a must. Bar mops is a must. You can go paper towel route, but I made a video about that, how you basically piss your money away and you spend thousands beyond thousands on paper towels. Nobody ever made a video about using bar mops versus paper towels. That's something that, me and Wendy kind of came up with. I kind of kept bitching about how much money we were spending on paper towels and how much of the big bulks, how expensive they were getting, and how much I pay out on them to clean up messes and sanitize and disinfect and everything. And she kind of suggested, well, what about like bar mops, and you can rewash them and stuff, and it's worked out great in my favor. Pissing away my money, and I can reuse it in time. From there, chlorhexidine. Chlorhexidine is a must in my book. That's what I clean everything with. I sanitize, I disinfect. That's what I use, is chlorhexidine. It is puppy safe. It's a great product. It cleans. It's what they use, at the vet's office on their medical supplies and everything else. You can wipe down surfaces, mop the floor with it. You can clean the whelping box. You can do the pig rails. You can clean the incubator. You clean everything with it. Great product. Love it. That's a must. Humidifier and oxygen oxygen concentrator machine. The oxygen concentrator machine can get pretty pricey. Will I say it's a must to have on hand? If you can do it, do it. It's not saying you're going to use it all the time, but if you have a puppy struggling kind of on getting pneumonia or fluid in its lungs or milk from feeding off mama, you're going to want it. So that can be your choice in the matter. If you have an awesome, cool vet that is willing to help you out and write a prescription, and then you can go rent one, but then you have to find a company that's going to be willing to rent you one. That's another thing. There's a lot of companies that are like, oh, it's for, a puppy, an animal. We don't do that. And you're kind of shit out of luck on that. But unfortunately, we've got lucky in the past. I only had to use it for one pup out of all my litters and dogs. So that was a new rodeo for me to where I needed oxygen. I never really thought that I needed a machine. So that is something now I know where to go and get, and I know my vet will always be there for me to help me out and sign the prescription for me to go pick it up. And that place has told me even come back, and I don't even know if I need a prescription for that because I was paying cash out of pocket to rent. I was renting it. So I mean, some places want, I guess, a doctor's prescription. So, but that's a thing that is all them, not me, in the medical field, between vet and the place you're renting and how deep and strict they are on wanting shit like that. I got lucky and found a cool place. So from there, goat's milk. I like to have goat's milk. I like to have packets and packets and packets of goat's milk. It's what I start mixing in when I do my puppy mush. It's what I use when I have to bottle feed my puppies. That's what we use. I'm not saying, there's other products out there, but that's what we use. And it's goat's milk. I like stocking up on goat's milk. The baby bottles for the puppies. I like having baby bottles. I like having the booger suckers to clear out airwaves and nose, unless I absolutely, if I have to, if a situation happens like that, or if they drink too much and you could tell that it kind of almost got in their lungs, or they're kind of gagging on it, and you can use it and be there on hand. It's nice to have the booger sucker bottles. I like trying to think what another must is to just have, or what I use most of. And the incubator, I want to go back to that. The reason I say you don't need a fancy, technically I only use an incubator 3 different times. I use it to bring the puppies home. I use it to put puppies in when I'm cleaning the whelping area and giving mom a break. That's where I put them, in a storm. And I use it when I need to hook up oxygen and keep a puppy separated that needs a little bit of help. So the incubator, there's only 3 times really I use it. Besides that, I don't use it. But you know, like I said, it's important to get my puppies home in. It's important to have so I can put them in a safe environment and know that they're good and they're staying warm without mama, and good to give mama a break and me to clean the whelping area every single day. Basically, yeah, two times a day, 3 sometimes, depending on what type of mess is happening, or there's been situations like that where I'm constantly doing it. And from there, I'm trying to think of with the incubator, like I said, it's a must-have for me, but not fancy. That can come later in time. So yeah, that's about it on what I'm saying is a must. Now there's other things, there's other products, there's other things you're going to say that, oh, they like to have on hand. But that's always my scenarios and what is important to me on having. Because the rest of the time I'm hands-on, or mama's, hands-on with them. So anything really extra is extra, and it's nice to probably have, but in my situations I didn't really ever need anything super extra. I have had extra. So staple remover. I like having a staple remover because I remove mere stitches from the C-section. So that's handy to buy and have on hand, for when I do that. Which you can go back to the vet, but if the vet's far away and you're driving and you got the puppies, it's kind of hard, to leave the puppies and pull mama away that far. If your vet's close enough to do it real fast and get it done and get in and out, but I'm not close. So I remove all my staples, stitches, all that stuff, which mine don't stitch, mine staple. I think he does stitches, but they're dissolved on the inside and outside. I think he does staples, so I'm good there. And yeah, that's about it for me. So another thing I like to have on hand is a scale too. I got a baby scale that we use, so that's nice to have to keep track of puppies' weight and on feeding, and something I like to have. That's a must for just maintaining, and it's not something you got to do every day. I mean, you can use it twice a week. Just make sure 2 days, each one day. It's what you prefer. You can normally tell when a puppy is being healthy and everything's good and it is gaining weight. It's a matter of fact if they're not eating like they should be. That is when you need to be more concerned about it, if they're not eating right, or if you have to bottle feed. Man, it got really, really dark. Sorry about that. Or if you have to bottle feed, I'll turn the light on in here. Or you have to bottle feed. That's something where the scale comes in handy, and then just knowing and keeping track and jotting down. And scale's important also for this is why to me it is a must. When you start deworming, you have to weigh the puppies out to know how much dewormer medicine. So that's why I said with the biggest baby scale you can get is very, very important to have on hand, because you have to weigh them out to give them deworming and meds and anything and supplements and all that stuff in the long run when you're doing stuff like that. So I didn't want to forget about the baby scale, but like I said, I'm going to make a video of my setup and what I got, and talk about each thing and why I like it, why I have it on hand, and ones I use all the time. So because there's products and things I use all the time, and then there's some that's just there for just in case. So like I said earlier in the video, it was cold as shit this morning. It's actually snowing, but I just wanted to show you who's cuddling. got Raga, got me getting happy. These two might have ended up doing a breeding on me that I wasn't planning on going down, even though it's what I tried to do, and it didn't happen. But if it does, this will be the other litter besides Raga and little Remy, which is Mira's daughter, who came out phenomenal, that we ended up producing. And yeah, you can see kind of what the next, if it takes, what it's going to turn into. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. It's cold. Yeah, it's snowy outside. So we got flurries dropping. Can't believe it. First flurry snow. But yeah, it's kind of where we're at right now. Chilling. Got the heat on in here. Keeping these two warm. I have to go pick up and buy more propane. But yeah, we got a little bit left, and I got a heater going for us. And yeah, it's kind of where we're at for today. Nothing big, nothing special. Just wanted to do a little clip of some bulls, since it was just me talking earlier. And then I'll drop another video, since I was talking about being prepared. I'll wait, I don't know, maybe a day or two, and start showing you kind of my setup, what I like to have on hand, what I talked about in the video. So God bless, peace out. Remember, take care of those bulls, keep them on a short leash, everybody. Catch you on the flip side.